to wait so long today. This job is never, ever easy. We are here mostly for you to get a chance to talk to Sergey Kovalev, ask him questions, get a better sense of where he is, where his head is now that we are finally leading into the fight that we all want to see. We know from experience that the most fun, usually, that someone in my position can have as a boxing promoter is to be able to announce that the biggest fight of the year that everyone can't wait to see between two of the top five best fighters in the world is taking place, both with undefeated records. Usually it's a lot of fun, and I hope perhaps at some point this promotion will become fun. At the moment, though, I am just here to tell you that we are planning a fight on November 19th. We expect that the fight will be taking place somewhere, and when we find out where that is, we will let you know. And in the meantime, I will give this back to Michael, and we'll proceed.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I guess you've heard all you need to know, but we have here the gentleman that is universally recognized as the true and legitimate, undisputed light heavyweight champion of the world. And that's no disrespect to Adonis Stevenson, but the man that the fans and most pundits will agree is definitely the universally recognized light heavyweight champion of the world, Sergey Kovalev. So let me turn the microphone over to him. And for the folks that are here, if you have a few questions, it's going to be just a limited time, but he's here for you. And ladies and gentlemen, the light heavyweight champion of the world, Sergey "Crusher" Kovalev.
Thank you. Hello, everybody. I'm very glad to be here, and I'm happy that my fight is coming up against Underworld, November 19th, and I'm very excited. I'm really very excited because we're best boxers right now in light heavyweight division. Just left 3 months before the fight, and just take your time, and it will happen. And I'm here for your questions, and just ask me, I will answer for any question. Okay.
Before we start, we do have some questions from some writers and fans from the internet and everything else. So, Greg Bishop from Sports Illustrated, this is for Sergey. We don't see top 5 pound-for-pound fighters fight each other all that often. And what makes this fight worth the risk for you?
This fight is really, I not would say that it's dangerous. Any fight is dangerous, but this fight is very important for me in my career and in the boxing world, because it's already a very high level of both of us, you know. When I was a child, I just dreamed to be on this level, and this fight for me very mean a lot. And for me, this fight everything in my boxing career. And after this fight, we will find out who is the best pound for pound. Thank you.
Ellen has the microphone. Do we have any questions from our friends here from the press?
Hi, Lance Puckmeyer, Los Angeles Times. Hi, Sergey. Sergey, are you disappointed that Andre is not here, and was he supposed to be here today? Why is he not here?
I'm not disappointed, but will be much better if he is gonna be here, you know. But if he not here, no problem. We can speak without him. Most important thing that he should be in the ring November 19th.
Can you guys clarify why he's not here?
Am I gonna show up November 19th?
He felt that it was too close to his fight to have to travel.
And what's going on with the site? Apparently, it was supposed to be in T-Mobile, and now there's some talk about putting it at Barclays in New York. And when do you expect that to be resolved, or MSG? I don't know.
We have an agreement with the T-Mobile, as far as I'm concerned.
Thank you, Lance. Here's a question from Twitter. Jason Goulet on Twitter. This is for Sergey. Do you think you can outbox Andre Ward?
It's my goal, and I like to have goals in my life and follow for my goals, for my dreams, and this makes my goal. Yeah.
Sergey, a couple of questions. Mike Rosenthal with the ring. You know, it's being billed as you know, for pound for pound king. Can you really imagine yourself being considered the best fighter in the world? I mean, is this something you thought about when you were a little kid? It would really be quite an amazing thing to be the best fighter in the world.
No, I never dreamed about it because I didn't know about this rank pound for pound, you know. But I now already knew about this, but it never was my goal to be best pound for pound. It just was my goal to be best in my light heavyweight division, you know. But right now, when Andre said that it's gonna be fight for best boxer of pound for pound, yes, right now it's my goal to get this stage.
Fantastic. Maybe this is for your manager. He's sort of a road warrior. Does it even matter to you where the fight is? Does it even matter to you where the fight is? I mean, he's sort of proven himself on the road. That's kind of what he does.
It matters only on one point. We don't want it to get who is, what I would say, like doesn't belong there. And Andre Ward, it belongs there. He's right now he's a top level guy in the light heavyweight division. That's what is really all about it. You know, we don't want him to fight a guy we never knew about him, and he's just going to step in the ring and they're going to fight pound for pound number one guy. Andre Ward and Sergey Kovalev belongs to fight for the pound for pound.
I have another question here. Let me just set this up a bit for this question. This will be only the third time in the history of Ring Magazine's rankings for pound. Only the third time that two undefeated fighters will face each other in the ring. So not just the world title on the line, but for the pound for pound championship. And the first one was in 1990 when it was a main events fight. That was Chavez and Taylor in association with Don King. In 1999 when Trinidad and De La Hoya fought and just set all kinds of box office records. So leading up to that, as you see on the end of the chairs here, we have a two-time world champion and a world-class trainer in John David Jackson. So I imagine that's why this question comes from Greg Bishop of Sports Illustrated. John, why do you think we don't see fights like this more often?
Unfortunately, the reason why we may not see these type of fights is because maybe promoters can't get along together and make fights happen. Because, you know, fighters, for the most part, fight each other. Sometimes it's not within their powers to make these fights, and that's why you know some of the top fights today. Not, you know, TV might have one fighter, and another fish might have the other fight. So a lot of things going to these fights not being made, but you know, I'm glad this fight's made so the fans truly get to see a world-class fight between two world-class fighters on a world-class level.
Thank you, JD. Helen, you have anybody out there?
Doug Fisher from RingTV.com. Sergey, you said you yourself didn't pay attention to pound for pound on your way up to your light heavyweight world title. But does your current status, does it have meaning in Russia? Because the last time I can think of a Russian fighter being pound for pound ranked, maybe Kostya Tszyu, and he was kind of adopted by Australia. Is there pride in your country? Is your pound for pound status right now, is that appreciated in Russia?
I don't know, because I don't hear any opinions from every boxing fans, but a lot of people thinking that I'm the best. Yes, in my hometown, sure.
I can vouch for that. When we had the fight a few weeks ago in Ekaterinburg, Russia, Sergey literally couldn't go anywhere without attracting just hordes of people, and he's so well known in Russia and so admired. And there's many great fighters now coming out of Russia, but they don't just think of him as the light heavyweight champion or the pound for pound champion. They think of him as a guy that can walk on water in the world of boxing. He's definitely a fan favorite. Here's one from a fan on Twitter, Sergio Arroyo, and this is for Sergey, but I think JD, you can probably answer this too. Do you plan on changing anything in your training regimen?
I don't think that we're gonna change something, but we can add something.
Exactly what Sergey said. There's not much to change, but we'll add certain things, and we'll try to capitalize on the mistakes that Andre makes. So camp's gonna go according to plan, and we're gonna work, just get the work in that needs to be got in.
Anybody out there? Here we go.
Yes. John, when are you going to Big Bear?
Someday. Someday. Soon. Where is it?
I'm Mohammed Mubarak. I'm with the Electronic Urban Report, EURweb.com. It's an African American online publication. My question is twofold. Of the many light heavyweights that you fought in your professional career, how would you rate Andre Ward coming into this particular episode of your life? And should you become victorious, do you expect a hero's welcome in your home country?
Now I cannot explain how I can rank Andre Ward, because I didn't fight yet. After the fight, I can give to him some points, and sure, if I will win this fight in Russia, and all my Russian fans and all my family are waiting this victory, and I want to bring my belts and my victory to Russia. Thank you.
Sergey, with the last fight that you had against Chilemba, and John, you could answer this question too, if both of you guys could answer this. Were you happy with the way you fought, and you were happy with the performance and how the show went and everything?
Yeah, I was happy that I got victory over Chilemba, because this guy is not a punching bag. His style is very uncomfortable for me, and the show was great, and thank you very much to Russian Copper Company to finance this huge show in Russia, and never was a show like a similar like this. Yes, I'm very happy for my last fight, and it was a good reputation for my next fight, for November 19th.
Yeah, I was happy for the victory. Could he have done things differently? Yes, but it just made him now realize he could be more and better prepared for the Ward fight, and he can't take any fighter lightly. So, you know, there's always room for learning with each passing fight that he learned, and now it's just time to move on to the next fight and be better prepared for that.
This question is for Kathy. Miguel Maravilla with Fight News. How would you describe the negotiations for this fight? You know, the way they're off to a start. And is Ward demanding this fight to take place in Oakland?
Moscow.
Okay, I guess living hell is a pretty good description of the negotiations. No, but seriously, you know, there's a lot of nice people at Rock Nation, but unfortunately, the leadership of their company just is not capable of dealing in good faith. We're trying, and as far as I'm concerned, we have a deal. We made a deal back in June to put the fight at the MGM. I don't know what they want. I don't know what this tactic is that they've employed in the last 48 some odd hours. I can only come to the conclusion perhaps there's some problem with Andre Ward. I don't know, but I can only speculate. But we have an agreement, and we will see to it that we all live up to it.
What is the problem? Is it just the site, or is there other things?
Well, today it's the site.
The site.
Yeah.
Today.
Tomorrow will be something else.
All right, with that, let me, we'll lighten it up here. Just as a fan on Twitter, Josh Vargas, wants to know, Sergey, when you were in the ring Saturday night doing an interview after Andre Ward's fight, this fan wants to know where he can get a shirt like you wore on Saturday night.
In outlet Las Vegas.
All right. Okay, do we have anybody else on? Here we go.
Hi, Chandra about Black Sports Online. Kathy, you have expressed some difficulties in negotiating right now with Rock Nation. Is there any reason why you think the agreement won't be honored with them? Or is it just sticking points at this point?
There's always a sticking point. There will be a sticking point until they get in the ring. And then then I will be able to sit back and watch all of these months of hard work end in one glorious moment that I'm looking forward to more than anything in the world, because at that point, Rock Nation isn't going to be able to do anything for Andre Ward anymore.
Can't wait for the bell to ring, right, Kathy? So with that, from Jerry Hoffman with 12 Sports Productions, and this is for Sergey. Do you think Ward has the power now as a light heavyweight to hurt you, and do you think you can knock Andre Ward out?
I think so, yes. He has power, enough power for light heavyweight. You cannot think to watch his last two fights, you know. He's special, spent 12 rounds just to get enough experience for November 19th. And he has enough power. We saw this in his division when he fought in super middleweight. And sure, I will try to knock him out because I'm Crusher, and I should improve to my nickname. Let's do it.
Right here, question for Mr. Jackson. As a trainer, do you look forward to the challenge that Andre Ward brings to your fighter?
Yes, always. Andre is very intelligent, very smart fighter. Anybody that's gone undefeated as an amateur, with bad decisions, to be able to stay undefeated as an amateur and as a pro, you have to take your hat off to Andre and give him the utmost respect. But having said that, he does like that challenge. He's very difficult. He's good at what he does. So I have to find a way to break him down systematically and beat him at Sergey's game. And so that's what we're here to do. There may be a few things early on that he may do get away with, but as the fight wears on, we'll break him down and the fight will go our way. It's a dangerous fight because he is a boxer, not because he's a puncher. Boxers have a tendency to last longer and be more evasive and be more crafty. So it presents a great challenge for me, but I welcome the challenge. And I love that. To prove that I am one of the better trainers in boxing, one of the better teachers in boxing. And that's why I love the challenge with the Andre Ward fight.
And did you watch the last fight against Alexander Brand, or is that one of those fights where Brand's style is something so different than Sergey's that it isn't even something you can throw out the window?
Well, I didn't get to watch it because we had a bad thunderstorm and knocked the cable out, so I couldn't watch it. But I'll watch it. Brand's a different fighter than Sergey, way different. He represents a different challenge for Ward. Which Ward could even get that fight, and he didn't. So, come November 19th, it'll be a completely different fight and a different mindset for Sergey and for Ward.
This is Frankie for ESNewsReporting.com. This is for John David Jackson. After his fight, Andre Ward said that he was a combination of Floyd Mayweather Jr., Roy Jones Jr., Bernard Hopkins. How do you take to that perception of himself, and do you see any resemblance there to other veteran fighters?
No, he's far from Roy and Floyd. He has a little bit of an art in him. He's a basic, listen. Ward's good at what Ward does. His style is different from everybody else. He's mastered that, and it works for him. It's not the most exciting style in the world. It's not a fan favorite, but it works for him, and it's allowed him to be as good as he is today. So you can't take him short, lightly. So, listen, it works for him, and that's what we have to work off of. Whatever shortcoming he has, we have to expose him. And that's what we're going to do for this fight. So for him to say he's like Roy, say he's like Floyd, no. A little bit like Bernard, yes. But he's not them. He's Ward, and what he's done has worked for him. He should be happy with what he's done and not comparing himself to those fighters, because they can't do what he's done. They can't do what they did.
Hello, I'm a writer for RDR Boxing and Mally Garcia. Max Schmeling once said that he saw a weakness in him after watching Joe Louis fight. We've seen Crusher at ringside for Ward. See a weakness in him?
I'm not gonna say to you, it's my like just in my case, in my mind, and I'm gonna use this in my training camp.
One more question. Who has been your toughest opponent, and how does Ward compare? Who has been your toughest opponent, and how does Ward compare?
I have some fights when I felt very hard. It's the hardest. My fight in pro was, I think so. It was first time against Darnell Boom, from who I got the knockdown, and also Andre Ward got a knockdown from him. It really was a tough fight for me because I didn't have enough experience for this guy and for that point of my career.
All right, I've got a question for you. I'm sorry. No, go ahead.
Warren Thriller, pound for pound. You got to spend some time up in Oakland this week. Can you tell us about the reception the fans gave you both before and after the fight?
This time I was the second time in Oakland. When I was the first time when Underworld fought against Sullivan Barrera, fans met me like very good. It was nice. But last time when I was in Oakland, it was like ooh, because I understand why and understand where I was, it's his hometown. It's okay. It's just should be. It must be like that.
Over here.
Sergey, Adriana Jimenez with Fino Boxing. We understand that you are focused now for Andre Ward, that's the goal. But let's say November 19th comes, you get the victory. do you think that you'll eventually fight Adonis Stevenson, or do you think he'll run away again?
If you understand that I have a focus on the fight against Andre Ward, why you have a question this? I don't understand.
Maybe a backup plan?
Let's do ask him, you know. I'm ready, yes, but right now, Andre Ward already more than Adonis Stevenson. You know, it's not in my yeah, it's not my decision, like, not to fight against Stevenson. But he is awarding this fight any ways. He does a chicken song, yeah, it's right.
Okay, I have a question for you, and I'm going to sort of like set it up before I read it. It comes from Victor Ford from San Francisco Chronicle. And, you know, I know you, and the fans and the press here right now, they're seeing you smile. They see that you're a nice guy. They've seen Andre Ward. Hello? They've seen him smiling, nice guy, so I guess that's where this question comes from. But I know that most people, when they see you entering the ring, being introduced, the bell rings, they never see you smile, because it's all business. So for us that know that you're a nice guy, this question comes, can two nice guys really fight for a title with no trash talking?
I'm ready, fighting without trash talk. Sure, I have a huge respect to Andre Ward. Like, you mean Andre Ward, right? Right now. Or
hey, I didn't ask the question. It comes from Vic at San Francisco Chronicle.
yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready to fight without any trash talk. If my opponent not gonna start to say some bad words to my side, you know. If I answer some bad, it's just an answer. I never start myself.
We have any more questions, Ellen? Here we go.
Should you win this fight, will you fight Adonis Stevenson?
Yes.
This question's for John. Right here, John. How would you fight Andre Ward?
Since I'm not the puncher that Sergey is, it'd be a boring fight. They're very calculated, you know, masterful boxing type fight. So it wouldn't be the fight you really want to see.
Would you win?
Most definitely.
I've got one more here. This is from Gilbert Manzano, Las Vegas Review-Journal. And we all know that when a fighter has his first pay-per-view fight, it means they've really arrived. So Gilbert asks, how excited are you to have your very first pay-per-view event?
Sure, I'm very excited, and I understand already a long time ago. Very a lot of thanks to Vegas, to Main Events, and Katie personally, that dreams comes true in America.
All right. Well, listen, ladies and gentlemen, for anybody, we got Cabby?
Since we don't know when you're going to Big Bear and you live in Los Angeles, will you be available for interviews through Ella or Kathy's office?
Yes. You have to just get in touch with me and
Yeah, we'll speak with Ellen.
Yeah, Ellen with Main Events, and you all have her number and the numbers for the entire team at Main Events. This guy is really one of the accessible people you'll find in the world of boxing, as is the entire staff at Main Events. So with that said, for one-on-ones, we'd like to have them up here in the shade. So guys, if you want to do some one-on-ones, but Can we do? Can we have some photos right now with Sergey and maybe JD and a few shots? If you could just pop up here, and we'll just